Hey, good morning. My name is Dave DeJesus from CEO of Argus 365 Security Solutions. We're here with Nick and Will from Roman Brothers Cannabis up here in Upstate, New Jersey. Nick and Will, thank you so much for doing this. We're thrilled to be your security partner as you build your business. Your journey is exactly what so many aspiring dispensary owners are going through, and I love to just have a conversation about your experience. No right or wrong answers. We just want to hear your story. So thank you for joining us, guys.
Of course.
To start, can you tell me about the vision of Roman Brothers Cannabis and what inspired you to get into the industry?
So that's a tricky question. I think for us, the inspiration goes back decades. It's something we've always been interested in doing. It started on the traditional market. Cultivating cannabis back when it was illegal, and it changed our life for the better. So now that we're able to get a license and do it legitimately, it's we're trying to change the industry and bring new things to New Jersey.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, I'm excited to have you in New Jersey. After seeing your dispensary here and hearing your stories, I think Roman Brothers is going to be a staple here in New Jersey. Just hearing your background. Let's go back to the beginning. Before you have your physical dispensary secured, as you were planning everything, what were your biggest security concerns, and what were the specific threats that kept you up at night?
So my biggest security concerns were just people being on site. Coming from the traditional market, there's a lot more that goes into just cultivating the cannabis and actually selling it. Back in the day when we would grow, like we never told anyone where the grow was. It's kind of like one of those like unwritten rules. Like you never told anyone where your location was. Everything was done in silence, and it
Right.
was no one found out what happened or where unless they had a certain amount of money or a certain amount of respect within the industry. So security now is different because our address is on our package. So everyone in the world has our location address. So keeping it secure here is everything because our brand, our genetics, everything unique that we bring to the market and everything that we hold dear all happens here within our facility. So if it's not secure, our brand is worthless.
Got you. It's almost like if the secret sauce of McDonald's gets out, right? Then everybody can start
Exactly.
producing the same
Yes.
thing. So I definitely get where you're coming from, and like I said, after seeing what you got operating here, it's definitely have to get you secured here. Or we got you secured already, but
Yeah, it definitely has happened.
yeah,
It's funny. Even we've showed up late night to just check on our plants or do some, simple cultivation techniques or strategies, and alerted the police on ourselves just because we're so secure. So that's something that we're very happy with. We've even had people who we've hired to come work here show up like a little early during the hours of the camera, and the alarm's gone off, and they've been yelled at and told to leave the property. And it's funny because you look on the camera and you see them leaving.
yeah, they've run.
They
They run.
right away. So
That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that it's definitely working, and it's exciting to see that. Beyond the physical threats, I know a huge hurdle is getting approved by the CRC, the Cannabis Regulatory Commission. For the guys who don't know what that is, can you talk a little bit about the pressure and the complexity of the meeting, those specific security requirements, and what did that look like for you?
so I think in the beginning it was a big hurdle at first. Like I looked at it like I was climbing the Great Wall of China, and I had to grab each brick on the way up, because it's not something that it's really complex. Yeah, it's complex. It doesn't not something like most people would just be able to go and understand. So it's a lot of learning, and there's a big learning curve that's involved with it.
Right. And that's why it's important, obviously, to have the right security partners because, like you had mentioned before, about like hiring people to do business plans and stuff, hiring attorneys, and hiring the right security partners. You could focus on growing your business and what you have to do here. Let us focus on the security, and I think that's huge.
Totally, yeah. Like we focus on what we're good at, growing weed, and then we brought someone in who is excellent with security, Argus 365, and like we're nothing but pleased with the service. Yeah. Like
Right.
we looked at having physical guards, whereas like we're completing the same task, but without having a physical guard,
Right.
which is fucking priceless.
It's crazy, and the cost savings too.
Yeah.
But and also partner with Argus 365 ex law enforcement officer, and what better than a retired DEA agent, to keep your facility safe.
Exactly.
But when you're looking for a security partner, what you're looking for, and what is it about getting cameras installed? What you were looking for, something more? What exactly were you looking for when you were looking for a security partner?
Not just the cameras getting installed, but someone who knew where they belong. It's more about like the whole package. Like for a security partner, like I wasn't just looking for someone to come install the cameras and then like let me go figure it out because I'm not a tech person, and I know the CRC has to have access to the cameras.
Right.
And so for me, that was huge, was finding the really the right fit of who can do all things. It's not just the install the cameras and that's it. You know, it's like the service provided after that, which makes it valuable.
Right. And I'm just curious, what about Argus 365? And I think we kind of discussed it already, stood out. What specific part of our approach, maybe our team's law enforcement background, idea of proactive security versus passive alarms, that made you feel you were the right choice, we were the right choice to get you across the finish line and get you set up here?
So what made me think that you guys were the right choice? I think it all started with my conversation with Laz.
Yeah, I was gonna say Laz definitely helped sold it to us.
Yeah, I think
I really like Laz a lot.
but it's not just Laz, it's the service too, you know.
Absolutely.
It's like I like the idea of being able to have someone remote monitoring rather than having a physical guard, because if someone comes here to rob this facility, chances are it will be at night. And what is a physical guard going to do for me that remote isn't going to do for me? You know, overnight my guard may be sleeping. Who knows? But you know, if someone shows up here and wants a problem, he's not gonna defend the facility. He's just gonna call the cops.
Right.
And that's the same thing that we get from remote monitoring with Argus 365. So
Right.
that's what really sold me on it, was the savings, but also the professional service that went along with the remote monitoring. It's not just like I got remote monitoring. I have a professional team that's checking in with me every week, and so it's it's user friendly, really. You know, like we have Sean, who is like our account manager, and any issue we have, we talk to Sean. We can adjust the hours. It's really simple. It's not like
You're not calling 800 number, getting transferred, or not getting a hold of us.
There's really no bullshit to it.
Yeah.
That's the best way I can put it. It's
Yeah, no,
simple,
we
no
pride
bullshit.
ourselves in customer service and being available 24/7.
But
Sean's available
Yeah, it's
24/7.
not just the product essentially of the monitoring system. It's also the great service that you
Right.
guys are providing.
Yeah, you know. Also, like I will add again, like to reiterate it, you know, we're getting the same thing as a guard. Like
Right.
if someone pops up, you know what I mean, cops will be alerted. You know,
Right.
the guard I don't think is going to do much else. So
Right.
really, for us in our situation right now, this is priceless, and I think a lot of other cannabis businesses should look into it, because right now it's there's a lot of new businesses opening, and it's a good time for businesses to consider cutting costs. So
Operational costs, yeah, through
Yeah.
the roof. Absolutely. Let's talk about getting the system up and running. You had a million things to worry about to get your dispensary open. What was your experience with our team during the installation process with Ray, setting up the cameras, the speakers, and getting your system up and running and on your screen, user friendly on your phones, have access to it?
it was really easy. You guys
It was a pretty smooth process.
did a very smooth process. I've dealt with all kinds of contractors opening this business, and you guys were the smoothest.
Oh, happy to hear that. I'm glad, and hopefully we continue to
Yeah,
do
it means a lot, because you'll deal with every fucking Joe Schmo with this business, and they'll all give you the runaround.
Right.
Like, you guys didn't, which
Right.
is like incredible, because when you're opening a business like this, like you want to get to the money, and like
Well, and you just deal with problems from every angle, and everybody you hire they all have a different problem and a different reason why you shouldn't work with them.
Yeah. Or they delay your they
exactly.
delay your timeline. They give you a proposal, then they change the proposal.
Yeah.
So we get it. We're in the industry long enough.
There's no reason why we shouldn't work with you guys.
Right. So now that you're up and operational, the system is up and running, you're in compliance. System isn't just for compliance; it's working every night. You mentioning at the beginning, you reported about the multiple individuals being removed from your property. Can you go into a little bit more detail about those incidents? What was it like seeing the system working in real time when you first saw it work out and you heard the talk down, deter someone and you can see them running off your property?
Yeah.
What was that experience when you first saw the system work?
it was a relief. It was like comedy and a relief, because like I was happy to see it work, but it wasn't on an actual intruder. It
Right.
was on a contractor who showed up like a little early,
Right.
and there's a group of them, and they heard the alarm go off, and they got back in their car and took off. And so it definitely served its purpose.
Did you have a chance to talk to them about what happened? Like, what did they think? It was like God talking to them? Where because we get a lot of people like they get called off and they start looking around like, who's talking to us?
They were looking around.
Yeah.
And,
They're looking around.
It was funny because right after that, like as they were running to their car, I got a call from the
the monitoring center,
the monitoring
operations
center.
center.
And, they were even laughing too, and they were like, "Yeah, the person started running to their car right when the system told them to leave. They looked like a contractor, but they're gone now."
It's funny because not only are we doing the job, but we also get a follow up call like, hey, by the way, we just had this incident on your property, even though they're gone. And then, like you said, weekly reports. That Friday, you get the report saying, hey, there was somebody on your property. Because a lot of times it can happen, you wouldn't even hear about it. Because why should you hear about it? They didn't break in, right? So we did our job. So any other companies, the alarm goes off, you're good, right? But you guys actually hear it. You guys got a video. You got to see it. So you got to see how it work. Yeah. That's incredible. How does that change your feeling now that you lock up at night? What's the difference in your peace of mind knowing the system is actively watching the property at all times? How does that feel?
It definitely helps me sleep at night.
Yeah. Like I don't think about what's going on here. Like I used to look at my cameras all the time, and I'd constantly check my cameras to see, who's outside.
Right.
Because we random, or like even sometimes we'd be driving to Walmart and just see someone parked in our parking lot. You know what I mean? And we'd have to like come say, hey, like, can you leave?
No, right.
And so it's just good to have that camera watching them and just telling them to leave on their own, because nobody should be hanging out in a parking lot of a cannabis cultivation business.
Right,
There's a lot of money is held on site here. A lot of weed is held on site here.
Right.
And there just shouldn't be random people hanging out in the parking lot.
Absolutely. So what advice would you give to another entrepreneur who's looking for a security solution to open and run a cannabis dispensary or just a business in general? What advice would you give him in New Jersey and facing a mountain of security regulations and concern about who to go with and stuff like that,
So, I think that the best advice I can give to anyone opening a business is just to make sure your business is secure, because the value your brand creates can all be destroyed within seconds or minutes if your facility is destroyed. And so the security aspect is incredibly important. I think as a cannabis entrepreneur, security should be like the top of the list, because anything you do is, is one, the regulations require security, but also you want to be extra secure to protect from robberies and all that. It's a cash business, and it is something that is a target for a criminal. It is up there on the list of something that people would target. So I think the best advice would be to find a provider for remote security monitoring, but there's no one else better than Argus 365. We've got an incredible setup here. It's cost effective. It works with us, not against us, and that's what sold us on the service. I couldn't be happier. I go to sleep at night. I can monitor my cameras, but why do I have to check them when someone else is? So yeah, I think it's great for any cannabis business. There's other businesses that can benefit off it. So I'm not a business consultant, but I know a lot of other businesses could use it. Maybe banks, even apartment complexes, things like that. But really, I'm more focused on the cannabis industry, and so I do see the direct needs for this in cannabis. From cultivation, manufacturing, dispensary, everyone can benefit from this, and the money you can save on not having a guard is priceless.
Right. Absolutely. No, this has been fantastic. I really appreciate your time. Is there anything else you'd like to share about your experience working with us before we ended there? Is there anything else? Or
no, it's been an excellent experience. I haven't been unhappy at all, and I look forward to 5 more years of being in business.
Yeah.
And then hopefully we expand from there.
Well, Nick and Will, thank you so much, man. Story is exactly what we do. Why we do what we do, and we're honored to be part of your success. And I know that you're gonna have a tremendous success here. Just walking around here and talking to you guys, the brothers, and I know this is not going to be the only location we'll be secure. I have a feeling there's going to be a couple more Roman Brothers locations that'll be sprouting soon. So, but I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Right.
Awesome. Thank you.